Good evening, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy. Coming to you live from Applewood Station in Denver, Colorado, where it is a lovely 21 degrees. I guess we're getting air through here. So, I have started a new Instagram account for my alternate ego, my anthropology ego. So now I have a new Instagram account for that. I think I'm going to start working on this new change in design. So we're kind of poking around here. Let's see what kind of trouble we can cause. While we're at it. So I have a new Instagram account. That's exactly what I thought I had. So I'm probably not staying on for terribly long tonight. I'm just on check-in. But we're working for 3 days in a row, and I'm tired. I'm really tired. So anyway, I'm kind of doing the, I want to go to sleep. We'll figure it out. Hope everybody out there is having a good evening. But I've been watching a lot of things, and let's see. I think I've got 2 friends at Wonderfest. Huh. Seeing postings from 2 different people at Wonderfest. It's very funny. Anyway. So, hey, Brent, I have started a new Instagram account, which I think is cool. So, oh man. It's kind of interesting. So, yeah. Anyway, kind of poking around to see. Wow, that is. It's a pretty impressive scratch build. So, oh, stresycie. Jakby pasiwajecie. Uh-oh. Whoa. Holy cow. I'm not Russian. It's all good. You're pretty laid back most of the time, and so I'm not rushing anywhere. But I am a dad, and dad jokes are sort of a thing. And by the way, that was the complete extent of my Russian right there. I think I can say, hello, how are you? And that's pretty much it. That's, I'm impressed that I got that much. And so, I'm sure there's more Russian if I rattled around in my brain a little somewhere. But I struggle enough with Japanese. Heck, today I'm struggling with English. So there's that. So, yep, I am kind of rushing towards sleepland. I am getting tired. So, getting tired. So, anyway, Brent, I don't know if you care, but I now have an anthropology alt, I guess. My anthropology alt is hopefully, I'm going to actually try to see if I can't make the anthropology alt also over here. No, that's not what I want to do. It's over here. Today, I'm actually just checking in for a minute and making sure everybody's still okay out there. And then I think I'm going to bow out and go to sleep. But what you up to out there, Game of God? What's your story? All right. Mm-hmm. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I have a feeling that it won't be right whenever we do that. Yep. Just having a look on Twitch, huh? Usually I'm a writing stream or a drawing stream, like I'll be drawing, but I am so tired tonight that I'm just not doing so good. Yep, I was hoping that I could find my username would be unused elsewhere, but that's not the way it's going. Oh, well. All the usernames are taken. Usually I do manga style. Here, let me power it up for you. I'll put something up on here real quick and we can take a look at it. Because I'm poking around, not doing anything successful. So there's that. I'll spin something up here. Like, I don't know why it had to do that, but yeah. Here, let's open something up for you. And I will show you what I normally do. Just going through folders here. I'm good at putting things in an organized way, but boy, it takes forever for me to get to things. Because there's just row after row after row. There we go. There we go. Nope. This needs to go up here. There we go. There we go. Now I can see what's going on the actual thing. There we go. So, usually I do manga style, like this. That's my main character. So, okay. I've actually started a username that makes sense. So, there you go. That works. So, do you like to do artwork? Well, thank you. Yeah, I've got to get back into the swing of things. I'm just not doing very well on getting started with the swing of things. I'm back in college, and so it is difficult because I'm just tired. It's a lot of work getting back into college and trying to get everything working, and I'm older, and so it's not easy. And that's all right. We'll get there. I see. You're a gamer, which makes sense. I mean, not necessarily that makes sense, but it makes sense. You have a different interest. That makes some sense. So, always cool. I'm looking through all the things. It's like, what are you interested in? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know any of these things. Oh my goodness. But I do like Evangelion. So, anyway. Yeah, I like, usually I like robots and mecha and things like that. So, I tend to have tons of robots and mecha in my comics. Like this guy here. Who he can walk and stuff like that. So, yep. Anyway, that's a thing. Do I have any different hobbies? I do play games, but the games that I play are like Sims now. I love Sims, like Sims 4. And I love playing Kerbal and things like that. And it's mostly because I had my day with the combat sims and the first person shooters, and I'm getting kind of out of those now, you know? So it is kind of a thing. Let's see, what other hobbies do I typically have? Except for anthropology, which is now my newest hobby. You like playing older games? My kid does too. It's definitely a thing my child likes to do is play the older games. Although right now my kid is on a Minecraft bend, but there's also the older games that, that's some of the stuff that they like to get into. So, yeah, which is cool. Like really old. My brother, I'm old enough to remember Pong. I played Pong on my original Atari 2600. So, just saying, I can't fault you for them. I love Frogger. Like, Frogger is such a great game. But the real reason that I really loved Frogger was I loved my dad's reaction to it. My dad would play Frogger for hours, and he loved it because it would crack him up so much when he would run into a car by accident. Beedoo, beedoo, beedoo. He loved that sound, and he'd start laughing. And so it got to the point where he actually tried. I mean, he was trying to get across the streets and stuff, but no, he just really did getting squished. And it cracked me up so much. And I can still hear him in my head laughing at frickin' Frogger. Oh, that's outside. That's outside right now. It's just that the light here, I can't get enough of a block. I need to put a black piece of paper here to block the light. That's because at night, I broadcast sometimes twice a day, and during the day, you can see out there. Right now, all you can see is my patio. Because, of course, it's 9 at night, 9:30 at night. So there's not a lot in the way of what's going on out there right now. But every so often, you'll see a car drive by. So, what are your favorite games? I'm into this plan. So, it's like my first collectible avatar. Okay. I have no idea what it's doing. Fallout New Vegas. Fair. That's fair. Have you seen the new Fallout TV show? Since you're a Fallout person, I know that the end of that they're trying to connect them all together, but I'm curious if you're a Fallout person, if you've seen the show, what was your thought? Because I've seen the show, but I'd never played Fallout. So to me, I was very entertained. It was very cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Good. But I wanted to know what's the opinion of someone who actually played. I mean, I've never played, so I dig it. But what do I know, right? So that's cool. I'm glad to hear that. Were they faithful? I mean, did you feel like they were faithful to the game? Mm. Car. I feel like maybe I should just figure out how to block that whole thing. So it's based in the second game called Fallout 2. Gotcha, gotcha. Well, that's cool. I like the expressions. This page is just a great example of me doing fun art, you know? Hmm. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Well, series one was pretty successful. I mean, I feel like they did a pretty good job on it, you know? So it's not so bad. So put this right over here. That's good. Wonder if there's something black in here I could use for that to black out that section so you can see through there. Hang on. Excuse me, I sneezed. Wonder if there's some way I can find black paper somewhere in here. If I can find black paper, I can black out that zone over there, and then I won't have to worry about it looking so weird because it looks really weird right now. And I've got lots of extra kind of weird papers and stuff like that that's over here. I should find some. I don't know. They aren't necessarily. They could be cool. Yeah. Not really. I'm not really someone who likes dark, so dark isn't really not really my style. So I was hoping I'd find some black paper or something. If I found black paper, I could black out the background around the outside of that page, but I can't seem to find any black paper. It's kind of annoying. Well, we'll figure it out. Well, that's good. So, are you looking forward to seeing series two? I got the impression at the end from my buddies that series one ends at New Vegas. That's the impression I got. Like that's where they've stopped it. Um, for a long time, I think I had my thingies set wrong, but I'm not here for views. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here because sometimes getting work done, it's a lot easier for me to get work done if I have a responsibility, like I'm supposed to broadcast, you know? And so sometimes it's just easier for me to get work done that way. And so I broadcast so that I will finish my work. And then I also broadcast so that other people can join me because sometimes that works for other people too. So that's really what's going on. So it doesn't matter to me if I get viewers or not. I'm not really working on that. For a while there, it was really important to me, but I've been broadcasting for almost 5 years now. And after 5 years, you sort of get to the point where we've got like 12 viewers. And so I'm kind of like, well, I mean, this is obviously not going to end up being something that I do because I'm wanting the views. So that's okay. It's all right. And now I've changed career paths and decided to go back to school and become an anthropology scientist, someone who studies human beings, because my comic is actually about studying human beings. And I realized that recently, and I realized that, so I'm not going to stop doing my comic. I'm going to keep doing my comic. It's just that my comic is now part of my bigger calling in life, which is to study people and stuff. So I realized that somewhere along the line. And I'm actually kind of cool. So, so anyway. So, anyway. But that's okay. That's okay. Here we are, doing our stuff. Most recently has been this project, which is at the bottom down there. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, you will see, hi, you will see at the bottom of the screen, underneath the Buy Me a Coffee, you see globalcomics.com/C/Bellatrix Rising. That's this comic. And you can read it for free out on Global Comics. And so that's what we've been doing recently. I just haven't gotten there tonight. I'm really kind of just, I'm so tired. So during the day, most of the time, I'm a driving instructor and I teach the 30-hour driving class. So I stand all day long teaching about best practices for driving and how not to get run over. And so it is tiring and I'm exhausted a little bit. And that's why I'm kind of like, oh, I'm so tired. But I teach. Today wasn't a bad class. I think I only had 12 kids, but last week was 28. And so it was a full class. And it was a good class. They were all good kids. But this week, today, I had a pickup class. So it was a class that I was just assigned to because nobody else was taking it. And so I ended up having to take it. Usually I don't work now on the weekends during the summer. So. And then tomorrow and Tuesday, I'm running another class, but it's a smaller class. So, but it is the beginning of the run. So here in the state of Colorado, you're required to take 30 hours of classroom before you drive. I got to go do that too. My bed got all torn up somehow, and I blame my cat/child, my cat child. So, yeah, the summer months are the best months for driver's ed. I get lots of hours out of it. But it also means that I work a lot. And so here in Colorado, you're required to take 30 hours in the classroom before you can even get into a car. And I teach that 30 hours of classroom, but that's 4 8-hour days. Yep. I have a YouTube too. If you're in though on Can Art, my YouTube is GS Davis Art. We both share. So this is a restreamer, which is a program where I broadcast to one website, and that website then broadcasts it to other websites simultaneously. So I'm simulcasting right now on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. So, but also we're simulcasting on Kayan's channel. It's just that Kayan had to go back to work as well, and now his hours are all screwed up. So, yeah. I didn't do my YouTube. My YouTube's ancient. So, and now I'm going to start trying to do something new with Instagram so that I have sort of two different universes. I've got this universe, which is my comic universe, my drawing universe. And then I'm going to start doing another branch of it, which is my anthropology universe. Because I only have one more year left in anthropology, and I have a degree in anthropology. So that'll be good. So, okay, I'll see you in a bit. If I don't see you when you get back because we've shut down shop, I hope to see you again later when I'm less tired. I'm usually on about this time at night. Not every night, just the weeknights. So, well, Sunday night through Thursday night. But sometimes I'm just beat and I don't make it online, and I'm sorry. So, I'll see you again. Hope to see you around. Hey, Brent, if you no, I'm going to finish the comic before that because it's one more year of school. Then it's 4 more years of grad school. So we have to finish the comic before that. Can't wait till the end of school. So I just have to print the existing you know what? Maybe I should do that. Because I was in the middle of doing that before, and then we bombed out for, various reasons. There we go. Because I think I remember. Yeah, that's it. Only the first one actually had text and dialogue, which means I've got to go write the second one. No, because remember we pulled up we pulled up issue 3, and it's not complete. I'm gonna go look at issue 3 again to make sure. Are you back? Good. Yep. I am broadcasting, so be aware of that. I mean, it's not. I mean,
the missile launch codes are
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't tell everybody the missile launch codes today. See, I feel like this is not the right one. I'm actually kind of wondering. Okay, yeah, see what I mean? Like, this is weird. Because these are complete pages, which is really weird. Oh, you found me on YouTube. Yay. Oh, yeah, because I like this scene. Man, Brent, I'm concerned that you know the Enterprise's self-destruct codes. Okay. You're doing the things, but do you remember the Reliance prefix code? These are the things that are important. That is true. There's probably a reason why you did this. Do not save. Can I make these bigger? Do these get bigger? Yes, they do. Oh, good. Allows me to look at it this way. Okay. But you remember the Enterprise destruct sequence. I'm just saying. Reliance prefix code is 16309. I mean, if you're curious. And as much as I absolutely, well, good, then you can verify that the Reliance prefix code is 1630. Now, this looks old, which is a shame because some of these scenes were actually really good. Like, I really liked some of these scenes. Okay, let's just look at what we want to save from here. This whole scene now doesn't take place anymore because it takes place in um, this scene, however. I love this scene. I can see the wheels turning. Oh no, no wheels. This is simple. 2 Cyclone class destroyers. Us. Squish. Burger bun. No, I'm okay with that. What is it supposed to translate to? I'm just having this discussion about that online. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to just capture and then I'll just stick them back in here. And then what we can do is they'll be in blue, so I'll be able to kind of dink around and see what I feel about these guys, because some of these guys are not so bad. Good night, my friend. I will see you later, Brent. See you tomorrow night on Geek Tank. I don't think I'm happy about where I am with these things. So issue 3 was kind of a mess. And I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do about them. We already did this. This scene's already done. I don't know if I need to worry about this scene, though funny, she's not going to do it. This scene, however, might be useful. So these are roughs, these pages. And what happened was I did the roughs, and I wasn't happy with them. They don't match. So what I want to do now is kind of go back and see where I can fit these guys back in. Oh, yikes. Well, you are quite a ways into, well, at least you're starting tomorrow, right? And I don't know, are you in Moscow? We need this one. This one page. It's part of that scene. The very end of the Moscow. Gotcha. I mean, because, Russia is big. You could be anywhere in Russia. It covers like 4 or 5 time zones. So you got a lot of time zones going on for you there. I mean, the US is big as well. We've got a gajillion time zones as well. Goodness knows. We have a lot of time zones. So, yeah. You're a half time zone, no less. That's kind of cool. half time zones. There's only a couple of those. Like Australia has a half time zone too. Okay. Little early to drink, huh? Just kidding. I don't know. Okay, I don't think I want to keep any of the rest of this, so I'm going to go ahead and close that because I don't think I need to keep any more of that particular one. So we'll push back to here, 23, 23, 9, September, July of 23. This is the most recent one now. You are free to do as you wish, my friend. There's a weather alert in effect. What weather alert? Yeah. Today it got to 30. And it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. But it got up to 30 degrees. And I'm like, once we pass 30, I'm not good anymore, right? Because like from 20 to 30, I can usually keep the windows down in the car and all is good and everything's nice and it's pretty decent. But then you hit 30 and it starts to get ugly. When I was in Tokyo, we'd get to like 40 something. And I'm like, really? This is unreasonable. No human can live like this. Right? I mean, it's like, not real. This is not real. Can't deal with it. So, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It is hot. It's dropped down to 19 right now here. But that's because this is Colorado. And the state of Colorado is very high up in the air or up in the altitude. So we are just here. We're already 1.6 kilometers, or 1.6 kilometers, or 1,600 meters above sea level. At where I am, it's actually something closer to 1,700 meters. So we're already pretty high up, and that altitude means that we don't have a lot of atmosphere, which means that there's a lot of shift from the day to the night. It shifts colder really quick, which is good, but we also have almost no humidity. There's like no water in the air at all. And so it's very dry, which is why I'm sitting here and I'm on my like third cup of water. Okay, why is it 31 inside but it's 21 outside? What are you doing? Open the windows. How close are you to the ocean? Or are you on the south side? I'm just gonna say I think you're doing it wrong over there, my friend. If it's 31 inside and 21 outside, I can't deal with 31. 31's not right. Once we hit 31, I'm out. Yeah. East side of Russia. Well, yeah, I'm just wondering whether you're at the north side where it's really humid or the south side where, well, I guess it could be humid in the south side too, depending on how close you are to Black Sea and the Dead Sea and all those. The Mediterranean. Hey there. How you doing, Royal? We're sitting here talking about heat and how hot things are and kind of griping. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm tired, so I'm probably not going to stay on for much longer. I keep saying that, then I stay on for a little while longer, which cracks me up. But that's okay. I'm enjoying the conversation I'm having. So you can hear again. Does that mean you can't hear at all, or is it just limited? Which is curious because that means you're probably running me with subtitles, which is okay. Oh, yeah. That's fair. You're such a music connoisseur. I kind of was feeling that, was kind of worried that, you weren't able to hear, you know. But good. School's done. School's done for me too. And that's always a plus. Oh, yeah. That's fair. Well, that's good because that means there's surgery and we can pull that out and then you'll be good. I like hearing that. Yeah. Lots of good wishes for you in surgery, my friend. Lots of good wishes for you in surgery. I'm just saying, I'm a dad, and by the dad rules, I have to make those jokes. That's just the way it goes. It's a requirement, you see. I'm required. I don't know where you are, Joshi, but we've been talking and bemoaning heat. Because here in Denver, right now, it's actually not bad. Right now, it's 19 degrees, and that's pretty decent. But apparently, Gamer God's having problems with it being like 31. So I'm sitting here saying I don't believe in 31 degrees. I just simply do not. I don't believe it. So there. Mm. Mediterranean. So Nice. It's one of the things I really enjoy about being on the internet is talking to people from all over the world. It's kind of why I'm getting into anthropology and I'm specifically into cultural. That's fair. So, always nice. But yeah, that's why I'm into cultural anthropology is because everybody it's kind of cool because I'm interested in everybody's story. I think that everybody's story is interesting, but then I also am kind of like we're all the same. I love that. I love the fact that we're all really just kind of the same. And that's a big deal for me. So, you're right. I don't know. I've spent too many years up here at altitude. I love the Mediterranean. I love being in Japan. But the truth of the matter is, I have to keep coming back here because I love the altitude and I love dry. Where we were just talking about this, Joshi. Where I am is already almost 1,700 meters above sea level. So, oh yeah, bro. Like I said, right off the bat, Gamer God, you totally, totally exhausted all of my Russian. That's all the Russian I had. And we're having a great discussion over there. Hmm. Cool. Not a young man over here on this side. We don't have music. Wait, Joshi usually listens to music. I'll leave the music off. Get back to poking around over here. I'm trying to decide what parts of these am I going to steal. Turn on your music, man. I'm going to hear that forever and ever and ever. I swear. Oh, here's where we were. That's right. Because we had to change her. We did all of this. Hey, Ray. Got a lot of people from that side of the world. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of my normal stream, but I don't know. And it's what, noon there, right? Almost 12:30. Maybe at 11:30. You mean the other two that are on here? I think Game God's from um, the half. There's a half time zone in Russia, and I'm not sure if I don't remember where Joshi is from. Where are you from, Joshi? You told me, and I've forgotten. Oh, Joshi's from here. Mediterranean from here? Joshi's from here. Well, West Coast. That puts two of us on your side and two of us on their side. That's funny. Joshi's coming in from the West Coast. Right? That's basically Asia. It's sort of kind of that thought process. Basically Asia. All right. I'm going to grab this page here. Because I kind of like what this setup was. This was a good set of pages. Oh, I'm like, where is it? Yeah. So Google's going to get confused at some point because I'm bilingual and I know what Google does to I know what Google does to some of these things, and it gets entertainingly confusing. Yeah. I discovered recently there's an AI driven edit program out there, and I was curious about it, so I downloaded the demo, and it will translate what you're saying into another language. So I was curious, like if you talk into it, you can tell it to translate it, and it'll use AI to change all the words. And I was curious about how that would do. And so I had it translated. I said, I talked into the video thing and had it translated to Japanese. And some of the stuff it wasn't bad about. I mean, like it got pretty close. I was pretty impressed. But a lot of it was like, yeah. Now we're having fun translating things back and forth between Google. So I thought it'd be actually really funny to have it translate to Japanese and then have it translate back to English and see what it does. Like how mangled. Because my name is Guy, right? And so the first thing it said in Japanese, I saw it say, "Hello, my name is Man." And I was like, well, I mean, okay, but not really. So I'd be curious what it would do flip-flopping back and forth. You just have to call me Man from now on because apparently that's going to be my name. It's a raid. How do you guys know it's a raid? Hey, D-Train. Welcome to the show. I guess my restreamer doesn't alert me that I'm being raided. Oh. It's a large can of bug spray. I wish it would say that on the inside here somewhere, but hey, how you guys doing? How y'all are? 15 people. Look at us. Look at us just doing all kinds of cool stuff. No. Uh-oh. Where's my control? Lost control. There we are. There was a max of 21, huh? That's awesome. I only see 6 on my screen. It's kind of weird, but it's all right. We're working on it. Welcome, Raiders. This is a accountability subreddit, accountability stream. How you doing on your work, right? Some chill streams, nice. We are here talking about different parts of the world, I guess. That's where we're at the moment. So we're also drawing, but hey, River, welcome. Good to see you all. Just chilling. Yep, we're just hanging. We're being. Hey, Kata. Nice to see you as well. Uh-oh. Joshi's into this. Ooh. There you go. That's a $5 word about bleeding out. Exsanguinate. Ugh. Exsanguinate. Curious where it'll go with that one. It's a word I got in English, but boy, I don't have that one in Japanese at all. And I have some really obscure Japanese words when involving vampires, which is always kind of a strange thing. It's fair. Well, it held through Japanese. And the Japanese is correct still. Daina. It even held meaning. All right. Hello. Yes, I'm having a good day. Thank you. And that's not bad. That's not a bad translation at all. Konnichiwa, Davis. Anata ga. Well, okay, so it says yoi. Yoi ichinichi do. So, I mean, it's not wrong. It's better than I expected it to be. I mean, that's not bad. I think you're having way too much fun with this. Joshi's on a roll over here. I'm just watching this and I'm like, this is fascinating. I I can barely see that. It's very small. What's so funny is it's so tiny. It actually kind of looks like little animals. I mean, because it's just hard to it's hard to parse. And that's mostly because of the screen resolution because I'm running a controller that's outside of the screen you guys are seeing. Mm, okay. You just want me to say Dinah? If I can read this, then I'm supposed to say diner. Diner or Dinah. See you later, Joshi. It was good to have you here. Thank you. Good night, my friend. Oh man. We're coming up on 10:45 almost here. This is okay. But definitely starting to kind of roll down for the night. I'm gonna be going to sleep soon too. About to bow out as well. So I'm just trying to save this picture. Where was I going to save it? I'm going to save it somewhere. There we go. Kunst. Get some wild stuff over here. Anyway. Okay, I'm finishing up the last of the things that I got to do over here so we can wrap this up. I'm going to try to steal these pages. What am I doing here? Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. But I already figured that out. I guess it is Roshiajin, which makes sense. Oof. It is. But interesting. The name's interesting. Ato. Trying to figure out what you're trying to go with. Ato. Well, and I can say good morning to you as well. Or I can say konnichiwa, if that's what you're after. So there's two requests for saying things, and I'm trying to figure out what an ato is. Ato. I mean, I'll say it because you asked me to, but I can also say konnichiwa. It's also interesting that in the translation, it's not translating kudasai, which I find that fascinating as well. Because usually that's one of the kanji. So I'm fascinated with that. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Always interesting. Oh, arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much. It's not, but I appreciate it anyway. I lived there for a few years and got really good at speaking, and then it's been 15 years now. So It's gotten rusty. It's taking me a lot longer to read these than it should. But that saying that my Japanese is really good is very nice of you. I mean, I appreciate that. So, yeah, which is funny because if I was in Japanese mode, I'd have to dither and say, "Oh no, no, it's not." Oh, choto chigao, chigao. And jozu de wa arimasen. Sumimasen. You know, I have to dither in Japanese mode. But since I'm in American mode, I can go, well, I appreciate that, but dithering is different in English. Dithering is always different when you're an American. We dither differently. It's another one of those things that is the reason why I want to study cultural anthropology so bad, is because all of this stuff is interesting and it's not weird. It's not like it's a strange thing. It's like it's part of being human. And all of our differences and all of our cultures and all of these things are all just different aspects of us as humans. And that is really interesting to me. Always interested in that kind of thing. Fascinated by it. Always, always, always. Huh. Live in one house. I don't speak Italian, but Italian is close enough to the other Romance languages that I can make a guess. I speak a little bit of Latin because I'm a scientist. And so, because of that, everything's either in Greek or Latin. So, there's a certain amount of guesswork I can make based on that. I mean, Russo probably is Russian, but I don't know what ragazzo is. And of course, ciao. Everybody knows ciao. Yeah. Well, the Japanese wasn't horrible. It was actually pretty workable. Like, the grammar was a little weird, but it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? Like, I got, and I mean, you know, Japanese is already kind of a complicated language to navigate anyway. So, but I'm impressed. It wasn't bad. Could have been far worse. But yeah, Italian and I don't get along very well, I guess, except pizza. I love pizza, which isn't Italian, but that's all right. I'm sure. Oh, but I love fettuccine, especially with Alfredo sauce. Ooh, fettuccine Alfredo. Now I kind of want to make fettuccine Alfredo. Many of the people who've been on my stream, yeah. Although I'm showing 10. I don't know why my readout shows later than yours. That's weird. Because, like, you're showing 9, I'm showing 10. Earlier, we had 15 people on here. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, see, like that grammatically makes it sound like it's emphasizing it. Like you're like, wow. little stricter than it usually needs to be. Kujinga. Kujinga. I would say kujin wa. Kujin wa koku ni imasu. Uh-oh. I can totally tell you're doing French because there's way too many vowels. It's like should have it should be toutes ces langues. Oh yeah. Je peux faire. Je peux. Oh man, my French is so miserable. Incroyable. Je peux faire toutes ces langues. Ugh. Not enough words there to connect to the Latin. English is a mix of French and German. Those are feed languages that fed into English. So sometimes you can make a pretty good guess in German and French if the words came from those roots. But if you look at the other roots, of course, English also comes from the languages that were already in England at the time, which is that proto, the what would ultimately become the Celtic languages and the Scot languages. But proto language versions of those, and they'd all mix together. So sometimes you can pick up words that are in other languages. The problem is French keeps adding letters, which then just completely makes it so hard to understand. Like, it doesn't need that many letters. Why'd you add so many letters? So I always make the joke that English isn't a language. English is a bunch of languages in a trench coat pretending to be a language. Uh-oh, that's Vietnamese. And Vietnamese doesn't take from the other Asian languages in core. Like sometimes I can kind of pick up some Chinese because the Japanese borrowed Chinese characters. Japanese has 2 phonetic languages and 1 ideographic language, hieroglyphic, very much like Egyptian. And so if you use the hieroglyphic language, the characters mean the same thing. But if you use the phonetic characters, they don't make any sense. So, but sometimes if it's proper nouns and proper verbs, I can pull information from Chinese enough to kind of get a guess as to what's going on. But this was actually a fun thing. I was in archaeology class at school, and they were talking about plastons, which are the front plate on a turtle, the turtle shell, and then the bottom part's a plaston. And the Chinese back a long time ago, 5,000, 6,000 years ago, had taken those plastons and they had written on them and then burned them to crack them to tell fortunes. And there are hundreds of thousands of them. And my teacher was showing some of them, and I was reading them because apparently Chinese hasn't changed much in 5,000 years. And since Japanese borrowed Chinese, then the Japanese that I know allows me to read the Chinese that allowed me to read these ancient plastons. And my archaeology teacher was absolutely baffled. Yep. So that says Chinese characters. Those are the first ones. I get, because that's, well, it says middle characters, but usually Chinese is usually written, here, I'll show you. When you write Chinese, usually it's written like this. Right? So Chinese in Chinese looks like that. And so they usually shorten it by just taking that character and then just calling that China, right? So the first character is China with the character for character. So that's the symbol for character. So this is in Chinese characters. And that'll work for either Mandarin or Cantonese. But the problem is that some of the other stuff gets weirder. I know that probably says ni hao, hello, because for some reason, and I haven't figured this out, I guess their hello is actually something like good luck or something like that, because I read the second character in there, which is this one, is to like or good, and can be read either as good or like, and so it's showing up there as that. So I know that that's in their greeting, but that's about all I've got. There you go. Ni hao. It's good enough. Live there for a bit's enough to pick it up. The Chinese use 9,000 of these guys. I'm impressed you know any of them, because there's so many of them. I mean, even in Japanese, we only use 2,000 of them. And if you know all 2,000, then like that's like some obscure words in Japanese. For the most part, you only need to really know about 500 to just get by in everyday Japanese life. And so, and the simplified Japanese or the simplified Chinese is taking a divergent path. Like they're simplifying Chinese, which is making it now move away from where Japanese has stuff. So Japanese is still holding sort of well, that's Turkish. And it says Greg. So, Game God, what is the story with your name? Is it just that it's not a traditional Russian name? I'm just wondering, because it's sort of a topic you had brought up earlier. All right, let's clear this out. Or you don't have to tell me, by the way. That's not a requirement. I don't need you to. I mean, I was just wondering if you had a story you wanted to tell on that. You are more than welcome to not if you don't want to. I was named after my grandfather, who was also Guy Davis. And so but there's already I see. Okay. Gotcha. I was just wondering. You're bringing up Richard, and I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay. I really loved the name Misha. Well, I mean, I still love the name Misha. I think that's a great name as far as Russian names go. I had a character in a role playing game that I named Misha, and then found out that it wasn't a female name, which is fine. But I was like, dang it, I messed that one up. All right. Oh, yeah. That does sound very American. My best friend's named that too. I don't know if you're wanting me to say it out loud. So, fair. I can respect that. I like how you're introducing yourself many times, which is fine. No, we're coming up on the end. It's about time for me to bow out. Because I've got class to teach tomorrow. I don't think it's a big class though. I think I only have 9 or 10 kids, but it's still going to be a relatively large class. Oh, last one. You got it. Hmm. So were you trying to write? Are we trying to write in German direct? Like, or were you using Google Translate for the German? Just curious. Well, your English is running fine. I mean, that's all right. I got to go to bed. My friend, I will see you later. It was wonderful talking to you. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And to the rest of the Raiders, I hope you were fascinated as much as I was by this entire discussion because it was very cool. I love talking to people all over the world. Thank you for joining me, Game God. I appreciate you being here. And everybody else, I appreciate you being here as well. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I hope you have a good time at work, my friend. And I will see you again later. And to everybody else out there, I hope you also have a wonderful evening. And remember to always keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye.